Hello everyone, this is Lais from Be Happy Now. I'm here in Geneva and it's 30 plus degrees and I just rushed in to record this little message because I felt really inspired this morning in my meditation. Most of the times I feel inspired when I meditate, but this morning what kept popping in my head was the word authenticity, and I just felt like diving deeper into this topic of authenticity because it's something that I already raised in my July forecast, where I asked the question, are you being true to yourself? So I knew that I had to dive deeper into this aspect and to raise 3 more important questions. And maybe it's not applicable to you, but I'm sure you know other people who might benefit from it, or you might be able to help other people with the same questions. And the first question that I would like you to ask yourselves is, how independent are you? Are you feeling dependent on anyone, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, even spiritually? And none of these areas it's good to be dependent on someone. Many times we give away our power, and I see it with clients, I see it with friends, with family. It just seems so easy to give away our power and to feel dependent on someone, especially when we lack confidence, when we go through rough times. It seems easier in those periods to make ourselves dependent on someone. Sometimes it's just for a phase, but sometimes it just lasts for a long time, sometimes for your entire life. And it's not a healthy place to be in, because our authentic self, our soul, doesn't want to be dependent. Our soul wants to be free. Our soul wants to feel independent. And I think it's one of the most beautiful decisions you can take for yourself is to regain back your power and to feel independent, and not to submit yourself to someone, not to allow yourself to be controlled by someone. And there's many control freaks out there, you know who they are. And I know control freaks, I still love them, so no judgment here. We all like to control our lives more or less than others. And there's always 2 to tango, right? There's one that is more controlling and one that allows him or herself to be controlled. So there's no blame going here, because there's always 2 that make it happen. But still, when we come back, the question is, do you feel independent, or do you feel you're giving away your power? The second question I want to raise is if you're staying ignorant, meaning maybe you're in an unwanted situation, maybe you're in an unhealthy situation, but you are staying ignorant. You're pretending it's not there, it's not happening, it's not that bad. Maybe you have a fear of the unknown, you have fear of change, so you'd rather accept what is happening right now than to have to go through all these changes. And I understand that, because it's a scary thing to walk out of something that you know so well into something that you don't know what it will be like. But still, it's important to raise this question. If there's any area in your life where it's not good and it's not making you happy, but you're staying ignorant about it and you're not taking any actions to improve the situation. That was the second question. The third question I have is if you're feeling hopeless, and not just like one day you're feeling hopeless, the next day you're okay again, but if it's like a prolonged period of time, many months or maybe years, you're feeling in a lot of despair or anxiousness, and when you look into the future it looks black and scary. You're having a lot of negative thoughts, and in the end it's like a vicious circle. The more negative thoughts you have, the more negativity you create for yourself and for others. And it's a vicious circle that it's difficult to get out of, especially if you're diagnosed with depression. And it's just important that sometimes we need to ask for help. We need to get professional help, and there's no excuse why we can't accept help or go and ask for help. And this message goes especially to the men out there. By working with men, I know that men find it so much harder to ask for help and to actually understand or accept that they need help. Simply, sometimes because they were brought up like this, right? A man or a boy always has to be strong. They're not allowed to cry. They always say boys don't cry. And then it's so much harder for a man to acknowledge that they are also vulnerable and weak sometimes. And it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to get that help. But the same goes for women too, of course. You know, if we're in a terrible situation, we're feeling depressed and nothing makes sense anymore, and we've been feeling hopeless for so long, go out there, you know, ask for help. There's coaches, there's therapists, counselors, maybe ask with family members, friends, etc. But just try and get out of it, because it's not your authentic self. Your authentic self is optimistic, joyful, believes in magic, wants to go out there, make things happen, be active, you know. So just know that whatever phase you're in that seems like, you know, looks like a depression, it's just a phase indeed, and it's not your authentic self. And my recommendation to everyone watching this video is to identify your high vibe friends. And high vibe friends are people that energize you, that are joyful, that uplift you, that are not judgmental, but that believe in you, know, whatever you dream about, or, you know, whatever you share with them, they believe in you. And it's the people that when you go home after seeing them, you really feel joyful and uplifted, and you feel like they enrich your life, as opposed to those friends that you meet, but then you go home and you feel so depleted of energy, and you feel a bit down or negative. These people, well, they're still friends, but they suck your energy, and we call them energy vampires. And I'm sure you know who these people are in your life, the people that suck your energy. But yeah, it's important that you know who your high vibe friends are, those that really help you, that energize you, that are generally optimistic. And you know, high vibe friends are not people that don't have problems in their lives. We all do. They just know better how to deal with it and to see the lesson behind everything that happens. It's people who don't hold a grudge for too long, who can forgive easily. You know, I'm sure you know who your high vibe friends are, but just write them down. And I always recommend have at least 5 on your list. So there's always at least one around to help you, to meet you, to listen to you. And in my life, it's just magic. You know, when I'm going through turbulent times and I'm losing a bit of faith in everything, I just need to meet one of these people, and it's magic. I go home feeling reborn, because, you know, my energy levels might have been here, and then after meeting them, woo, you know, I just come home all happy. And voila, that's my little message for this week. And if it wasn't applicable to you, I'm sure you know people around you that might benefit from these questions, and maybe you can, you know, guide them through these questions and help them realize a few things like that, without judging them. We're not here to judge anyone. We're just here to help one another and to thrive. You know, as human beings, my God, it's so difficult sometimes to just live a happy life, but we all have the tools. We all know how to have a happy life. Sometimes we just forget what these tools are or how to use them. So yeah, I hope this week will be a nice week, and take care. Lots of love. Bye.